So hello and welcome back, and this is not Italy. This is not a crazy new idea. This is an overnighter because we're on our way to France. At least I'm on my way. I'm going to leave the little ones who are here and growing, and looks like they've lost their football yet again. I'm going to leave them here on the campsite in the French volcanoes near Evian, which you should all know is where the water comes from. While I go and change the boiler, which has given up the ghost. So, well, it might have given up the ghost, it might not. We might have had a communication problem when I told him which way this switch was supposed to be, and I think it might be the wrong way. So, tomorrow morning I'm going to head out and we'll have a look and see how the garden and everything else is looking up with the new tenants, and I'll swap the boiler, hopefully quickly and easily without any leaks. And then I'll come back here, and then we'll go from here down to Italy. Okay, well, here we are, and as you can hear, the water is draining out. This is the old, quite rusty boiler, which we need to empty first, and then we can get the new one on. So just going to let it drain for a little bit, and we'll go and look around the garden afterwards. But first, work, then play. And there we go. As you can hear, it's filling up. It's all new, needs electricity still, but it's the same one I fitted in Italy, and I was super happy with that, so this should be fine. And although the first round had a bit of a leak, everything looks good now. And there we go, it's warming up. We've got the light of success, works perfectly. So I'll come back in about 20 minutes and we'll see how much warmer it's gotten, but that seems to be doing just fine. So here we are. I've done the boiler, and now I'm going to go and have a look at what the new tenants have done to the garden, which should be very exciting because already the entrance, which I'll show you in a second, has changed a lot. But back here, wow, look at that. Let me turn the camera around for you. So if you remember, this was meters high in scrub, and I got rid of some of it, but all of the trees and everything that were cut down are gone. Terrace is there, like even our little swing. Everything's been properly trimmed and looked after, and you can now see just how huge this garden really is. Obviously the weather's not fabulous yet and we're not in springtime, but we'll get there. So here we are out in the back corner. The trampoline still needs cutting out. There's still plenty to do, but it's so much better than it was when I left it, especially obviously the vegetable patch, and there under the trees got some really good hedge trimming going on there, but it's turned into, you know, just the space that it used to be, which is lovely. And this vegetable garden will be fabulous again, I think, in a couple of years, or maybe even just next year. So it's all looking great, and it's such a relief and such a nice feeling to come back here and see that something's been done. So there you go. I'll ask if I can show some stuff inside, maybe downstairs, but not upstairs. head down to Tuscany Rover and go. Okay, well, it's the next morning and it's still raining, although not as heavily as it did overnight, and certainly not as heavy as it was yesterday when the windscreen wipers on the Land Rover decided to pack it in. So I'm going to go and have a look at that. I'm hoping it's just the fuse, because they had been running pretty much all day, although you would think that a car should be able to do that. So there's not much of a view out here this morning, but let's go downstairs and have a look in the kitchen. I literally last night just turned on the water and the hot water so I could have a nice hot shower this morning, which I just have, and I've done nothing else, so I need to go and see how much plaster I've got left so that I can go and buy some plaster. We'll probably have to move the scaffold around if I remember rightly. Okay, well, down in the future kitchen, good news is the roof is still watertight. There's no infiltration at all, which is great news, but there is still a lot to do. That last bit looks great up there. Need to get the wall down and the middle bit, so I'm going to have to move the scaffold, at least bring it down to do that centerpiece and the bottom of the wall, and bring it across above the door so that we can get basically that whole wall done, because I'm going to be a little more methodical now. I basically go round the room, so room wall for wall. We've got the end wall, bottom bit is done and looks pretty good. So no seepage, you can see where I've tested the paint to make sure that nothing comes through. But I need to do above the beam there as well, and up to the brickwork that we laid. So yeah, no, I mean, it's not catastrophic. There is still plenty to do, so I won't get bored. But this has been the longest I haven't been down here since COVID. So we left here on the 6th of January, and it's now the 16th-ish of April. I'm not sure if it's the 15th or 16th, something like that. Anyway, it'll be Easter on Sunday. And that was mostly because of work and other things, but now I need to get back into the rhythm of coming down here every 3 weeks, because otherwise we'll never get anything finished, and this room needs to be moving along now. It's been too long. So there we go, that's the plan. I've got two bags. I've got a bag of 74 and 2 bags of plaster and a bag of mortar, so I need more plaster. I'll get another 8 or 10, and that'll hopefully do a lot on this wall, and I can always go and pick up some more up. We're here now till Easter Monday, and today is Tuesday, so a few days of constructive work. I still want to go to the beach and do some other things as well if it ever stops raining. So there we go, that's the plan. It's nice to be back. So, nothing changed there. Not much has changed there. This, well, you've seen this is now a parking space where the old school used to be. But this has changed. This was once a Volvo and is now a Land Rover. And after 10 years of Volvo, it's mixed. It's a mixed bag. Because the windscreen wipers have stopped working, and there do seem to be the occasional lights. But it is bigger. We needed a bigger car. So that at least is bigger. The fuse for the windscreen wipers is apparently under here. I'm going to have a look and hope and pray that it's just that. Aha, I can hear you say the windscreen wipers are down, but unfortunately it wasn't the fuse. Something has broken, something mechanical, because I can swish them up and down, so either something's just come loose. So we could do the Mr. Bean 2 bits of string, or I'll have to find out what exactly has gone wrong. I can hear the motor whirring, so some sort of linkage has let go. So I managed to get the scuttle plate off, which brings us into the bowels of what's going on in here. And the problem is there, this bolt has just come loose. So it's not a disaster, but it is a pain in the to get all of this split down. So I'm going to go and have a look and see what it looks like underneath here. But it looks like just shoddy building, shoddy putting together of cars, which is what Land Rover is world famous for. Okay, let's see if I can get that sorted. I'm back. Okay, well, I'm wet now, but everything's back together and okay, shopping done. Windscreen wipers are working. I'm up at the church. It's foggy. It's still drizzly and not very nice. It's been about 2,400 kilometers, so about 1,500 miles over the last couple of days. So very, very tired and not really in a mood to drive anywhere anymore. So I'm going to go and have an aperitif out here now that it's lunchtime at the Cooperativa, and then I'll start getting some stuff organized to do some building work. Okay, so today is going to be more about getting set up. I've picked up the plaster, so I've got plenty to go on for the next couple of days. But what I need to do, as you can see, stops at the top, picks up here. I need to fill in that middle bit. I have to go over this whole wall again. So what I'm going to do, because that is a little too high, is I'm going to rebuild the scaffold now, take off the extensions and everything that's above the beams, and then set it up again. But first, let's climb up at the top and see how it ended up, because I finished that and then left while it was still wet. So as you can see, it's this sort of slightly rough plaster, and it's following the lines of the stone, but it's there, it's good, it sounds good. It doesn't sound hollow at all, so it'll stay there for a while. And because it's lime, it lets it breathe. So I'm quite happy with that, and this is all done now up to the roof line, so up to what will be the ceiling line. So yeah, it's just a case of taking this to bits, dropping it down a level, getting everything set up and tidied up for tomorrow, and then it'll be this middle bit and that whole portion of wall, and then we can move on to around the door and see what we do over there. This side, if you remember, is all bricked up, so that's fine. That just needs plastering up above as well. So a lot of moving the scaffold about. The bottom of that wall is great, it's perfect, it's ready to go. But that wall isn't yet, and the top of it hasn't been done at all. So there's still a lot to do, but well, it's raining. I haven't got much else to do, to be honest. So there we go. That's the plan. So this scaffold is worth its weight in gold. It's although having said that, it is very light. That's now the perfect height. I think, let me hop up on it. Yeah, so look, this is absolutely perfect height. And we'll just blend into here, bring it up to there. So it'll need 2 layers. I'm going to knock off some of this now and get it ready for tomorrow. And then tomorrow, in one quick go, I can do the first layer on this band across the middle here. And then get on with the bottom of the wall over there. Now you see over there I was a little bit clever because I brought it up higher, up over at least to the level of the top of the beams. So that'll make my life easier and there won't be so many individual bits, but still, this will be fine. So yeah, I'll then knock this stuff out for a few minutes and then we're ready to go for tomorrow, I think. Okay, there we go. So that's pretty much prepared. I mean, you always see what the room used to be used for. I think when we're completely finished, it'll be interesting to try and remember exactly how small these 2 little rooms were and what they looked like and how black they were. I guess I'll hang some pictures on the wall in the kitchen. That would be a nice thing to do. So yeah, this is it for today. I'm going to get on this, so you'll see me plastering tomorrow, up, across, and then as much as I can possibly get done. I have 1, 2, 3, another 8, 11 bags of plaster, and they are, let me go and see what they weigh. Okay, well, 25 kilos, so that's 275 kilos of plaster. Which should keep me going for a little while, because once it's mixed up, obviously it needs to be spread out. But we're definitely getting there. This is going to be a fabulous kitchen room. I have the doors and things to do, which I'm going to do quite late on, actually. I really want to plaster everything up and then build the door frames and then the doors last, because I might turn the doors around and have them open inwards so I could put shutters on them. I'm not sure yet. That would be slightly more complicated, but I have some basic doors to start with that need a lot of restoring. It might be worth buying new doors, I'm not sure. I quite like to keep the old doors. I do like keeping the old things, as you know. So there we go. Yep, electricity we did last time, so all of that's set and ready to go. And I've been busy thinking about and planning kitchen bits, but yeah, I'm so incredibly glad to be back and working on when I'll be coming back next already. So yeah, it's going to get better. It can only get better. I mean, it's 4 months. I can't have 4 months of not being here. It's getting withdrawal symptoms. But there we go. I'm going to tidy up everything I've knocked off the wall here quickly so that I'm ready and set up tomorrow. I did this time clean out the cement mixer, so that's perfect. Everything is pretty good. I'm very, very happy. Okay, so until then, I'm terribly sorry that it's been such a long time, and I'm glad that some of you are still watching, and I'll see you all very soon. I hope you're well. Take care, and bye-bye for now.